Hello and welcome back to the Football Commentary second channel. For the first commentary on this channel wasn't intended, but it's the way it's had to go as of late. I'll go through what's happened in a second, but we're having to do this commentary on Boxing Day on the second channel. I'm sorting out the substitutes in a second. I've just not had time to do it yet, so just give me a minute. I'll get that sorted in a second. But yeah, we are doing Arsenal versus Chelsea tonight. Kick off in about 11 minutes time. Got the lineups beside me, so if you're interested in that, have a look, and there they are. We don't know how Arsenal are going to line up. It could be a 4-3-3 where Bellerin tucks into right back and Tierney goes left back and Saka plays centre mid with Elneny and Xhaka. We just don't know. It could be a 4-2-3-1 as well with two holding midfielders. We just don't know. But I'm going to sort out the subs now. I need to get the stream out as well on the Instagram if I can remember, and then yeah, we'll get started. If everyone can let me know if the mic is loud enough or not, if it needs turning up, then just let me know. I can do that a little bit, and yeah, let me just get the subs written down on the stream, and we are all good to go. I should have time before, because Arsenal made a lot more changes than at first expected. So yeah, need to do that quickly. They're not in position order. Aubameyang as well. He is back in the team after missing a couple games. Yeah, I tried to do this before, but I just had to do a couple of things. Some quite senior players left out ahead of less experienced players in the Premier League, which is interesting. If it is off the screen, I am going to change in a second. Obviously, I'd like to be more prepared, but, you know, sometimes things get in the way. Got any score predictions for the game? I can't read the chat currently, so if anyone has put anything, I will get to it in a second. There we go. Done. Oh, wait. Hold on. Chelsea. Oh, we're doing it capital letters, are we there? Okay. Chelsea. And Arsenal. Oh, there we go. That was... took a little bit longer than I thought. Let's just squeeze that up there. Like that. There we go. Oh, done. Venomix is here. Hello. Yes, this isn't the way I wanted the stream to be on this channel, but it's the way it's had to, unfortunately, because I got a strike on the main channel after trying to basically promoting this channel. I was basically saying I was live on Rocket League on this channel, put a little 4-second video out, literally just to say it's in the description, just click the link and then you'll be on this live stream. It got taken down the first time, but I didn't see the warning, and then came out a second, and then put it out a second time thinking something had gone wrong maybe. It just been deleted by accident, and then they gave me a strike and a week ban on my channel to put any content out. So that was fantastic. So for the next week, there'll be no content on the main channel, which is annoying. I think that lasts until the 30th. So the 30th, I'll have a Rangers Football Manager out straight away to make up for it. I might do a back-to-back episode, like one day after another. I'll put Rangers episodes out of the Football Manager, and then I'm planning on the 2nd of January, 12:30, the commentary. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. That'll be back on the main channel. So, so make sure you're watching that. It will be Rangers versus Celtic. That will be the commentary for next week. Hopefully on the main channel. It should be anyway. That's when the ban ends. It'll be Celtic versus Rangers on the main channel. Commentary, changing up from the Premier League. So I hope everyone is excited for that. That is next week, next Saturday on the 2nd of January, the first commentary in 2021. Maybe when I need to be caught at that is actually fine, because when people arrive in the stream, if anyone is new, then You can sort them out. If you are new, please subscribe. It is a new channel, mainly gaming. This should be the only commentary on this channel. I didn't intend this to happen. It was supposed to be on the main. But after the complications of the strike in the week of my stream, this is the way it's had to be. After this, I might be, and probably will be actually, I'll probably do a Minecraft live stream. A lot of things happen if you're watching that series live, because, you know, it's just easier for me to do. If you're watching that live or you're watching it off camera, just something in the background to watch, you know, like a live stream just afterwards. If you're like, oh, I'm just going to stick this on in the background. We did a lot off camera, more than I intended or more than I expected, and some stuff's happened. A lot of things have progressed, because obviously it can get quite boring, Minecraft, like at the start of it, getting everything going. Everything's well and truly going. It's going to be a great live stream tonight. That should be after this. When would this end? So the live stream Minecraft might be about 8 o'clock tonight, something like that. So if you are interested in that and you haven't watched the first 2 episodes, I actually would, if you want. If you don't, if you're not that interested in the beginning of it, leave it. Just start watching from tonight, because it is very, very, very exciting. So I would definitely, I'd definitely recommend. I'm just gonna get the stream out quickly on some of the Instagrams, and then we should be going very soon. We are 5 minutes away exactly from kickoff. So yeah. Hope everyone had a great Christmas as well. Kind of forgot to mention that. Hope everyone got exactly what they wanted, even if it is that even if it is your team getting 3 points on the Boxing Day fixtures. Couple deaths tonight, boys. Basically, things have happened off camera, and it's just, personally, I just think it's gonna be the other team are talking like we've literally ended their world when not much happened. But yeah, I'll just get the stream out very quickly. But it is important that Aubameyang is back. Yes, he's not starting, but he's back, and I think that's a positive Arsenal have to take. I know there's not many for them currently, but there we go, all done and dusted. We're so close to kickoff. Let's go. Taking our enchantment table. Have it back. I'm not too bothered about it. If you're so bothered, take the enchantment table back. I'm not too bothered. Yeah, some stuff happened. I'll say it in the stream. It was quite mad. It wasn't actually that much. I think it's an enchantment table and it's something else, and it's not even that deep. But yeah, if you are new, subscribe. I hope you are ready for the stream. I am. And I'm more ready for next week, Celtic v Rangers. I realised I could do it, and I was very excited, because I love Scottish football, especially Rangers and Celtic. I thought they're the main ones, aren't they? But I mean, it is exciting to see them play against each other. It's always a battle, fans or not, that doesn't matter. It still represents the same, like all derbies, but some don't live to some expectation like the others, like City versus United. But yeah, that should be the next one on the 2nd of January. After the ban on the main channel. A joke how I got it. I appealed and they rejected it. Like they even checked in the first place, but, you know, yeah. Oh well, can't do much about it, can we? We'll be back with loads of content after the ban on I think it's the 30th. I'll be like double back-to-back Football Manager, because they're very important episodes. The Rangers ones, actually, they're very, very important. Europa League knockout round coming up, and another game against Celtic. Then the commentary. And then maybe a shirt collection video as well. 2 parts to that. I'm going to try and record that next week, because why not? I think it'd be a good video to put out after Christmas. But yeah, Sky have got it as a 4-2-3-1 for Arsenal. I've got it as a 3-4-3. It really depends how you see it. It depends how they set up. If they're going to go with the 4 at the back or the 3. So I'm ordering a KFC. I'm jealous. I'm very, very jealous. But the bench, anyway, very quickly for both teams, is for Arsenal is Ceballos, Runnison after a bit of stick after the City game. He had to delete Twitter, unfortunately. Aubameyang back in the team. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Cedric, Pepe, Mustafi, Joe Willock, and Eddie Nketiah. That's the bench for Arsenal. For Chelsea is Kepa Arrizabalaga, Rudiger, Jorginho, Giroud, Hudson-Odoi, Billy Gilmore, Azpilicueta, and Kai Havertz, with Emerson also on the bench. So the two teams. What can we expect from this game? I don't know. Because with Arsenal, they're on a really bad run of form, but it's a derby. Anything can happen in a derby. Because if they change their form, if they win this game, it'll be massive. It's quite embarrassing for Chelsea, and it'll be massive for Arsenal. So this could be a very, very interesting game. Depends how you see it. Chelsea in 5th, Arsenal in 15th. Nothing has changed in terms of their position after the first couple of games of today of game week 15. 11 points separate these two sides in the table. Arsenal on 8 losses compared to Chelsea's 3 losses. 4 wins for Arsenal, 7 wins for Chelsea. Compare this to last season. There were 10 points difference, 4 positions apart last season. But this time, they are more than just the 4 positions apart. They are the 10 apart. Instead, Arteta looking ready for the game. It's going to be an interesting one for Mikel Arteta. Obviously, his biggest challenge, and it's probably Arsenal's biggest challenge as a club in their history. So, never mind his first managerial job becoming difficult. For Frank Lampard, it is obviously his first big job in his career in management. Obviously, he had a spell with Derby County in the Championship for one season, where he managed 57 games for Derby, got them to a Championship player final where they were beaten by Dean Smith's Aston Villa. And other than that, we're about to get underway here at the Emirates Stadium. How exciting on this Boxing Day. The referee today is Michael Oliver, Simon Hooper, the 4th official, and Jonathan Moss on VAR for today's game, as they do take the knee, once again keeping the Black Lives Matter and the No Room for Racism movement going and keeping it relevant still on this very strange but very exciting Boxing Day, as Chelsea have kicked off, kicking right to left. Thiago Silva sending it long towards Abraham over his head, falls to Mason Mount, his head is cut out by El Neni, falls to Martinelli, pressured by James and is fouled by James, says Michael Oliver, and the game at the Emirates is well underway. Going to get the timer going as well right now, and let's get on with the game. Come on. Bellerin tries to feed Saka inside, and he does get it to him. He's going to try and play overlap to Hector Bellerin. He's going to get there on the byline, gets a cross in. It's dangerous, flicked onto the back post where Martinelli's volley's gone wide. And it's a positive start for Arsenal. Under a minute in, and they've already had the first real chance of the game. Timo Werner switching off, letting Hector Bellerin roam free on the right-hand side. It's a good cross as well, flicked on by Thiago Silva, right to the number 35, Gabriel Martinelli, who's really brought a little bit of excitement back into the Arsenal team after playing on Wednesday against against Manchester City. That was it Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. Tuesday they played, and he got the assist for the Lacazette goal in that game. Yes, they got beat 4-1, but he still had a positive contribution despite coming off injured, but he is okay for today's game. As Rob Holding sends it towards Saka, his head has been cut out easily by Timo Werner. He looks to send away his full-back partner of Ben Chilwell. Pass is too short, and El Neni can come away with it. Sending it over to Kieran Tierney on the left-hand side. It is going to be a back four for Arsenal. 2 holding midfielders of El Neni and Xhaka, with what looks like Smith Rowe being the centre attacking midfielder. They've had to settle with him instead of Mesut Ozil, not registered for the squad. I will do that in a second. Kenzie, I did just see that. I have to change it. Sorry about that again. So it's Xhaka. Gets it into Martinelli, flicks it towards Kieran Tierney. His cross has come off Reece James, and it will be a corner to Arsenal. Positive for Arsenal. Very, very positive start. This is the way they need to be playing if they want to be picking up the points again. They don't want to get pulled into that relegation battle. Edouard Mendy, the Chelsea goalkeeper, will look to try and dictate his box here. The 6'5" goalkeeper. Bukayo Saka to take for Arsenal. 19 years of age. Can he pick up his 6th Premier League assist from the corner? Crossed in, curled in. Zoom is there with a header. Kante looks to chase it. It's Kieran Tierney who wins the header towards Xhaka. Flicks it high towards Bellerin on the halfway line. It's now Tierney headed back to El Neni. Last man standing for Arsenal. He is able to divert it back to Bernd Leno. He clears it first time towards Saka on the left. Great touch by the youngster. And now Smith Rowe gets out to Gabriel Martinelli on the left-hand side. He's ahead of Reece James at the minute. Cuts back. Right-footed swinging towards the box. Zuma cuts it out and Chelsea can try and push up the pitch as Pulisic picks it up in the defensive final third. Pass inside to Kante. Laid off to Kurt Zuma. First time clearance away only as far as El Neni, who heads it on. Looking for Smith Rowe. Looks to go towards Lacazette. Cut out by Zuma again. Cleared chest down by Abraham, and Mason Mount now has the ball to Ben Chilwell as he looks to get past Bukayo Saka as he's been tripped by the Arsenal midfielder, and it will be a free kick for Chelsea. Surprisingly enough, it wasn't actually expected for Chilwell and Reece James to start. They were both, looked to have been ruled out with injury, and I don't know if that was Frank Lampard's mind games trying to maybe cause Arsenal to think they were going to be playing Aspilicueta and Emerson, or I'm not sure, but they made it fit for this game as Thiago Silva's ball towards Werner's been flicked on to Abraham, can't quite keep the ball in his possession, and Arsenal have the ball back with Pablo Mari only making his third Premier League appearance. His pass has gone long, but Kieran Tierney's been able to keep it in and send it down the line towards Smith Rowe, forces Zuma to play it out of play. But yeah, Pablo Mari, only his third Premier League appearance. The other two have come against Manchester City and West Ham. First one of this season, first time included in the Premier League squad for this season. His appearance was against West Ham was the last one before lockdown, where football shut down for a couple of months, and then the one against City was the first game after lockdown where he was injured very early on, as they've worked it nicely to Xhaka in a bit of space on the byline, looks to pull it back, cleared or deflects off Reece James and out for another corner. It's a very positive start for Arsenal. If you aren't subscribed, please do. It is a new channel. Loads of gaming stuff are going to be on here. Wouldn't really have a commentary on this channel, but I was given a guideline strike on my main one for absolutely no reason, for just trying to promote this channel. So that was a bit annoying. But subscribe to this channel anyway. You're going to get in Minecraft, Rocket League, all other kinds of games as well. It's Kieran Tierney back to Saka as he went short, crosses it in. It's Thiago Silva who I think got a head to it. It went back to his goalkeeper in the end. I'm not sure who got the head on that. Was it Lacazette or Thiago Silva? But the main thing is it's landed in the arms of the Chelsea goalkeeper as Chelsea play out from the back. They're in their own 18-yard box with Kurt Zuma. Inside to Mateo Kovacic, who's back in the side tonight. Reece James back to Zuma. Burst of speed, get past Lacazette and brought to the ground by the French striker, and it'll be a free kick for Chelsea. And N'Golo Kante as well in the team, looking to get back to his best. Kind of went a little bit under the radar under Maurizio Sarri, as when he was boss at Chelsea. Seems under Frank Lampard he's got a bit of form back as Chilwell looks to send away Tammy Abraham, scored in this fixture last year to win the game for Chelsea 2-1. He's holding it up against Rob Holding, running away from his man, and is able to get it out wide right to Reece James. Great forward play from Tammy Abraham. Reece James gets the cross in. We know he has a cross on him towards the back post, asking too much of Timo Werner, and it will be a goal kick for Arsenal. Reece James, we know he can cross it. He's a very good crosser of the ball. He only has 2 assists this season. That came against Brighton in the first day of the season, where he also got a goal in that game, and the other one came against Leeds as well at home in a 3-1 victory. With Bernd Leno to take the goal kick, pushing his team forward, not going to go short, they're going to send it long, but it is fantastic to see the amount of young players they've got playing today, especially in attack. Arsenal, 19 years old, of Saka, Martinelli, 19 years old, Smith Rowe, 20 years old. Some great young talent in the team tonight. As Pablo Mari heads it on for Arsenal. Kante heads it back forward, and Abraham can flick it towards Timo Werner, who's on his toes and ready to collect the ball, and goes inside to Kante on the halfway line. Heavy touch, Smith Rowe gets across him and wins the ball back for Arsenal. Great midfield play, and he's brought down by Kante. Wins the free kick. That's great midfield play by Smith Rowe. He's got a point to prove. You could say he is the man involved ahead of Ozil. He obviously got the placement in the Premier League squad, and Ozil didn't. So you'd feel if Ozil got the squad registration, he would be in the team tonight playing where he is. So he's got a point to prove. The youngster was on loan at Huddersfield last year, spent a spell in Leipzig where he's only managed 3 appearances. I was cut due to injury. Thank you to everyone who is in the stream. If you aren't subscribed, please do. Make sure you check out the main channel as well in the description. If you're new to the Football Commentaries YouTube channels of any kind, then make sure you subscribe to both. This is Rob Holding for Arsenal. Tamari just got the ball stuck under his feet, but he's got loads of time and no pressure around him to bring it forward. The former Manchester City player sold to Flamengo from City, and then Arsenal piqued interest in January of 2020 of this year. They thought he would be a great signing to make, and it's only his 6th appearance. Did get a goal this season actually against Rapid Vienna in the Europa League, as he's still on the ball here. The 27-year-old looks to go long, feeding Kieran Tierney. He's pushed right up the pitch, and it's an easy interception for Reece James, and he allows Pulisic to take over, and he's going to use his speed to try and get past the Arsenal midfield. He does it fantastically. Feeds through Werner, first time touch towards Tammy Abraham. Well cut out by the Arsenal defence, but that was too easy for Pulisic, and they've won it back too easily as well, Chelsea, with now Kurt Zouma on the ball. Great run from Pulisic. Went past Arsenal players too easily. An unlucky touch by Werner, trying to find Abraham. He's had the right think in the right direction, but there was an Arsenal defender there to cut it out. It's Mount on this left-hand side, looking to drift inside, gets away from Bellerin and Smith Rowe. His pass is inaccurate and gives it to Elneny. Saka holding right on the edge of his box, has to try and play it back to Saka, and it's gone straight out for a throw-in. Rob Holding not able to find a man in red and white. Rob Holding was captain against Everton actually, which is quite unfortunate, as he was the recipient of a own goal that game. Unfortunately, as they did lose 2-1 against Everton away. As Werner's header has gone straight to Elneny, and Arsenal have the ball once again. Holding looks to go for a switch. Is his pass more accurate this time? It is, towards Tierney, who heads it down, looking for Martinelli, takes it on the chest, and he's pressured by Kovacic, but keeps the ball as he's had to run all the way back towards a left-back position. Takes on Kovacic really well and turns the opposite way. Can't find Smith Rowe, and Reece James takes over, finds Abraham. I think he's onside. Lays it off to Pulisic on the right-hand side. Just played back to Kovacic, the Croatian. Kante. Now back towards Thiago Silva, the 36-year-old. Won 25 trophies at PSG. How many will he win at his time at Chelsea? Probably won't be here for too long because of his age, as Kovacic has been given the ball from him. Nearly lost the ball to Martinelli, but Chelsea still have it with Pulisic running at Xhaka. Just gives it to Reece James on the right-hand side. Kovacic over to Kante. Chilwell's got a lot of room. I think they're going to use it. I think they're going to use the full-back and make it over that way. It's gone to Mason Mount. Inside to Abraham. Werner Mount. Reece James. Looking for a way through. Mount to Chilwell. Over to Zouma. Good positive start as well for Arsenal. It seems like they're just on the back foot after a quite exciting 5 minutes for the supporters. They've not had much to be excited about recently. It's Pulisic able to turn into space. He's going to run at the defence again. Good tackle from Xhaka. Oh, the referee's seen it differently, and he's going to book the... I know he's just getting the spray out. He's going to give the foul against the former Arsenal captain. I thought he'd won the ball there. Must have got the ball after, taking out the man. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's a free kick. Didn't get the ball. Pulisic tried to move it on. He was taken out by Xhaka. Silly foul to give away, really. On the edge of the box, no need for the challenge he get for the challenge he made. I know he wanted to try and stop Pulisic, but he gave a free kick on a fantastic area for Chelsea, and they've got some fantastic set piece specialists here. So it's Chilwell, James, and Mount over the free kick. It's around 25 yards out, I'd say. Thinking it's going to be a right footer. Mount and Chilwell are the ones left standing over it. Chilwell already has the 2 goals this season. Can he make it 3, or is it going to be Mount? Looks like it's going to be Mount to take it. Oh, it's just wide. I thought that was heading in. In the end, it just went wide. See how far away that actually was. Oh, it's off the post. I thought it looked like it took a deflection off something or someone. It looked like it changed direction, and it's because it came off the post. Very close for Mason Mount. Scored a free kick on the last day of the season of last year against Wolves. Nearly did the same there. As the ball's in Arsenal's possession, Xhaka has it. Gets it past Kante, chested down by Smith Rowe, and now finds Kieran Tierney. Looks to enter the Chelsea half into dangerous territories. Tries to feed through Martinelli, pushes down Zuma. It's going to be a goal kick for Chelsea. I think it would have been given as a foul anyway. That's close by Mason Mount. Very, very close. Off the post. Yes, off the outside of the post. So, not like it hit the face of the post and came back out into play. But still close for the young Englishman. Really winning the faith of manager Frank Lampard this season. Still being a forever present member of the starting 11. As Kante has it from the goal kick. Zuma over to Thiago Silva. Now Chilwell, who stood over the free kick, but Mount was the one who took it in the end. He's been forced backwards, back to Thiago Silva. He's going to use his goalkeeper, Edouard Mendy. Takes a touch and distributes wide right towards James, who can chest it down very nicely. Well played from the full back. Reece James is going to look to the left-hand side where Chilwell and Mount have got a lot of room between the two of them. They've got it over to them. But Arsenal can flood defenders back as Mount gives it to Chilwell. Bit of room for a cross. He is going to go for it. Rob Holding should be able to clear it. Not very convincingly though, as Timo Werner has it. Has to go to the far left to keep the ball. Right in the corner flag now. Tackled by Bellerin. It's going to be an Arsenal throw-in as Werner disagrees with Michael Oliver's decision. That is the decision that will be given. I think it did come off Werner last. I think he just tried to play it off Bellerin as he was forced very far wide left. As Arsenal work it out from the throw-in, as Lacazette nods it down to Smith Rowe. Good tackle by Thiago Silva. Straight back to Xhaka, who works it to Tierney. He's got Gabriel Martinelli to his left. Will he use him? He's going to turn back instead and keep possession for Arsenal with Mari inside to Xhaka, who's got a bit of room in the midfield. Finds space for Tierney down left. Gets a crossing right on that byline. It's towards Martinelli and Saka. Thiago Silva wins it, and Kovacic can do a nice little flick. Oh, and it's taken out by Pablo Mari. It's going to be a booking for the Spaniard. It's a challenge he had to make because Kovacic did a great touch to get it past the Arsenal midfielders and then had space to run into. And if he'd got past the challenge of Mari, he was right in behind there. Nice little kind of scorpion kick touch past the two Arsenal midfielders. And that is a crazy challenge from Mari. He was like, if I'm not getting the ball, I'm definitely taking out the man. And that's exactly what he's done. That's a very, very dangerous challenge, and that's going to be his first booking of the season. Kovacic was away there as well, so it's kind of not the greatest of challenges, but in terms of stopping the attack, it was what was needed. Throwing in for Chelsea is a header away from Tierney, sends it out for a throw-in. But yeah, what a dangerous challenge that was from Mari. Kovacic was away as well. I'm not just saying that. He was gonna have a lot of room down that right hand side of Chelsea's. But they've just got it with the keeper here, Edouard Mendy. The 6 clean sheets so far in the 10 Premier League appearances. Towards Abraham, heads it down towards Kovacic. Can't quite take it in stride, so the free kick will be given to Chelsea. As it was Tammy Abraham being held, I think, by Pablo Mari again. He has to be very careful, the Spaniard. There's already been 7 red cards in the managerial reign of Arteta. Some people have called for disciplinary issues. Gabriel against Southampton, Xhaka against Burnley, Pepe against Leeds. That's already 3 this season. Eddie Nketiah against Leicester last season. So they have had a few under Arteta. They definitely don't want another one. Thiago Silva to Mount. Over to Zuma. It's a risky ball. He's able to head it down nice to the right back, Reece James, as he enters the Arsenal half. He's got Chilwell making a run at the back post. He's going to go to his right to Pulisic, back to Reece James, crossed into the box and away by Rob Holding. It'll be Smith Rowe on the left-hand side to play it back to Tierney. Takes a touch and back to Smith Rowe. Plays it towards Tierney, deflects off Pulisic, out for an Arsenal throw-in, sorry. Still 0-0 in the derby between these two London giants. 47 trophies for Arsenal, 29 for Chelsea. As of late, it's been Chelsea who have been winning the more significant trophies. Champions League final back in 2012 against Bayern Munich. The last Champions League final Arsenal were in, and their only one, because they haven't even won it. The only final they've made was against Barcelona back in 2006, where they were beaten 2-1. They were winning for a high time that game. Campbell with the goal, Eto'o and Belletti came in for Barcelona to win that Champions League final. Arsenal look to be trying to win some more trophies, but I don't think it'll be a while until they win another highly significant one like Premier League, because they have won an FA Cup, which they beat Chelsea to win last season. It's Timo Werner on the left-hand side for Chelsea, try to work their way around the Arsenal defence. Just forced back to Thiago Silva. Takes a touch forward and gives it back to Werner on the left-hand side. He's got Kante inside and will go towards him, but Lacazette cuts it out and can play it to El Neni, who looks to bring it forward. Pass intercepted by Kante and Werner's away. He's got Abraham and Pulisic in support. He's on the left-hand side, looks to cut in, goes back on the outside. It's a great tackle from Rob Holding, and he forces a corner for Chelsea. Just a bit of frustration coming out of Timo Werner here. He's not really got off to the start in his Premier League career that he wants. He gave the ball away for Arsenal to make a counter-attack, and then, thankfully for him, his teammate Kante deflected the ball back towards him. He had a chance to run at the defence, didn't quite take the opportunity with two hands. Has forced a corner, but could it result in a goal? Mason Mount is over it. They've got the most goals from corners of this season with 8, 2 more than the second highest, and that's Liverpool with 6. Mason Mount, it's a ball towards the back post where Reece James can't head it towards the box. It's gone to the edge where Chilwell gives it back to Kante, who's the last man standing. I don't know if you remember the game at Stamford Bridge last year where Kante slipped and let Martinelli in behind to equalise at 1-1 at that point in the game. It ended 2-2 in the end. So Kante has still been trusted with that role. Kante it is to Kovacic. Back to Kante as Chilwell looks to be going back to his left back role as he just plays it back to Kante. Thiago Silva looks to get in behind the Arsenal defence with Reece James, and he has got it towards him. Saka couldn't cut it out. It's gone towards Abraham. It's a big tackle from Pablo Mari to force another Chelsea corner. And Abraham looked to try and get in front of his man there and nearly did. He's looking like a threat, Abraham, from those crosses from the left and the right hand side. Good slide tackle as well. Here's a corner. Didn't come off Abraham. Bellerin looks to be marking Abraham, which is quite a mismatch. 5'10" versus 6'3". Ball's been put on by Mount towards Zuma over the bar. Isn't afraid of winning those headers is Kurt Zuma. Scored quite a few goals this season for Chelsea, Kurt Zuma, from those corners and crosses. He's on, I think, 4 goals, is it, this season? Yes, he is on 4 goals. Alongside Thiago Silva, he's on 2 as well. Zuma scored 4 this season. He's actually got 8 in his Premier League career, so already scored half of, or doubled his Premier League account this season already. It's great to have aerial threats, and if you just look at the Chelsea team, and if you let them have time to gel together for a whole season, they're going to look like a real threat. The team has a great balance as Saka looks to break that balance and gives it to Xhaka. It's now El Neni. Full blue wall to defend against, and they've got it to Martinelli, working its way against Thiago Silva. He comes out with the ball. Martinelli looks to give it to Hector Bellerin. Chilwell is there to touch it out of play for a throw-in. Couldn't quite get the clearance away. If you are new, please subscribe to this channel and the main if you haven't already. Thrown to Saka. Hector Bellerin, who we know does like a foul throw, and his touch is too heavy out for a goal kick. Really unthreatful there from Hector Bellerin. He's had a few foul throws, hasn't he? And you know, that one of the foul throws has become a fantastic Arsenal Fan TV meme. I'm sure you've all been enjoying them over this Christmas period. he's hard to get away from the lead judges on Instagram at the minute. If you know who he is, you know who he is. This is Edouard Mendy to take the goal kick for Chelsea. It's going to go to the right-hand side, which is spun towards Reece James, asking a lot of the full-back to bring that down, and it's gone out for a throw-in for Arsenal inside the Chelsea half. Can they work the Chelsea defence in this half? They got off to a good 5 minutes. Arsenal being positive on the ball, but since then it's not been much to go off, as they've won another throw-in here. Then their next 6 fixtures look favourable. Brighton, West Brom, Crystal Palace and Newcastle, then Southampton again, and United at home. That's at the back end of January. But those fixtures look favourable. Those first 4, Brighton, West Brom, Palace and Newcastle, as Smith Rowe looks to feed through. Martinelli deflects back to him, and it's Lacazette to put a cross in to the edge of the box, where Xhaka looks to nod it towards Bellerin. Came off Werner, then back to Xhaka. Worked to Bellerin in the end. Now Xhaka again. He's going to look to strike from range. It's deflects off the knee of Thiago Silva. Can Chilwell avoid a throw-in? He does, and it's cleared down the line to Xhaka, who chests it down and wins the foul against Abraham, and he's knocked to the ground. Definitely played for that, Granit Xhaka, but he won the foul, and that's the main thing for Arsenal. Arsenal coming back off the loss of a 2-1 defeat away at Everton. Chelsea coming into this game off the back of a derby win against West Ham 3-0 at home. So they're both coming into this game through different confidence levels, as you would expect. Thiago Silva clears away for Chelsea, deflects off Saka, and it falls to Lacazette, who's bundled to the ground, and it's fell to Bellerin anyway. His advantage is played. He's pulled it back to Smith Rowe, misses the ball, does fall to Martinelli at the back post, has to try and take on Kante, goes the long way, shoots. Oh, it's a cross, not sure what he was going for, but it's deflected and out for a corner, and that's a big chance for Arsenal. Thiago Silva's clearance came off Saka, and then it's actually Kante who bundled Lacazette to the ground. It was going to be a free kick, but Michael Oliver allowed advantage to play ahead, and it's a dangerous opportunity. And Gabriel Martinelli looks a fantastic player for Arsenal. He looks like a real threat. They've got to keep him fit, if possible, just despite having Aubameyang, who's on the bench, and Pepe, who's on the bench. I think he could be the real danger man and the real man who could get the confidence back up for this Arsenal team. The cross is about to go in to the near post, where Chilwell can easily clear. Straight to Tierney, formerly of Celtic. Now finds Smith Rowe on the left-hand side, looking to take on Werner. Too much of a heavy touch, and he's tackled, and Werner can't quite keep the ball in play for Chelsea, and it's going to be a Arsenal throw-in. It looked like Chelsea wanted it then, but Arsenal throw-in it is to Rob Holding. Kenzie, I'll make you mod as well, I forgot. Throw-in for Arsenal, as there's been a deflection in the play, and Bellerin again with another successful throw-in. And he gives it straight away to Kante. Kovacic back to Chilwell. Poor for that from Bellerin, passing to no man's land really, no real direction on it. As it is, Ben Chilwell for Chelsea. It was his birthday 5 days ago, turning 24. His Mount, I think, gives it away there for a throw-in for Chelsea. Bellerin again. Can he take another successful throw-in? It's been 3 in the trot, won't it, for Bellerin? And he took another successful throw-in. Unfortunately, it wasn't that successful because Chelsea have come straight out with it. Mount to Pulisic on the left-hand side, works it towards Abraham, cut out by Holding. Xhaka to Marion. Once again, Arsenal retain the ball as Tierney just threads it through to El Neni, and then finds Smith Rowe, who's pulled himself out to the left-hand side. He's got support in Bukayo Saka, and he works a nice 1-2 with him. Smith Rowe gets a cross in, headed away by Thiago Silva, and Kovacic does have it on the edge of the box as he needs to try and work his way out of danger here. Gets it to Timo Werner, number 11. Dispossessed by Tierney. It's a strong challenge, and the referee sees it as a foul instead of him winning the ball. If you are new, please subscribe. There's going to be another stream later on tonight. It's going to be Minecraft episode 3. Make sure you're there. It's going to get tense. It's going to get a bit heated. So make sure you're there. But that's unlucky though from Arsenal. It seems like the younger players are just having a lot more of an effect than the more experienced players like the Willians, the Pepes and the Aubameyangs. But Arteta will be delighted with this first 20, well, coming up to 28 minutes. There's Edouard Mendy to take the free kick. Clear long towards Abraham. Can he win the header? He does flick it on. Not towards a man in the blue shirt, and it's Bellerin who can bring it away. Down that right-hand side, he's in the Arsenal half, and that ball's gone deep inside the Chelsea half. Saka can't bring it down. Thiago Silva can work it to his goalkeeper once again, who clears first time. It's Leno who has it now as Chelsea give the ball away from having possession. Leno over to Rob Holding, formerly of Bolton. Signed for £2 million. Looks towards Lacazette. Heavy touch away from Thiago Silva and himself, but he is able to keep it only for a small amount of time as his pass has gone wayward and out for a throw-in. Met by the applause of Mikel Arteta, who knows the job he's got on his hands currently with this Arsenal squad. 4 wins this season, 1 coming against Sheffield United at home, West Ham at home, United away. Just looking at where they're going to get the next win from. Bellerin heads it away. Xhaka helps on, only towards Timo Werner, who heads it towards Abraham. Headed touch downwards, a strike by Abraham. It's going to be another corner for Chelsea. They do like winning these corners, Frank Lampard's men. Bellerin headed it towards Xhaka, and it was a poor clearance, and Werner could find Tammy Abraham the shot. I don't think it was ever going to trouble Werner. It was ever going to trouble Leno, as Werner was trying to make a run in behind while the shot was being taken, but it's going to be a corner for Chelsea. We know how dangerous they can be. The likes of Abraham, Zuma, Thiago Silva as well. Pulisic is in there, so is Kovacic. Put in by Mount. It's in the dangerous area, headed away by Mario as far as Reece James on the far post, and he's gone to curl it towards the top corner. Nowhere near the target, and it's going to be a goal kick for Arsenal with Bernd Leno to take, who's played every minute this season. Bernd Leno in the Premier League. 18 conceded, unfortunately. 3 clean sheets, though, against Leeds, Manchester United and Fulham. They're looking to keep another one tonight. The chance of that will be, pretty rare for Bernd Leno to keep a clean sheet. Has kept a clean sheet before against Chelsea. The last clean sheet for Arsenal in this fixture was at the FA Cup final, but that was Emi Martinez in goal. That day, as Pulisic has got on to the Tammy Abraham flick on. Can he try and take on Pablo Mari down the left-hand side? He one-on-one with him, brings Mount into play on the edge of the box. He decides to shoot, and it's a goal kick. It's curled the wrong way for Mount. It's curled outwards, not inwards. And there's another goal kick as Chelsea won it from the Arsenal goal kick just minutes before, or just a minute before. Again, Mikel Arteta, we can't read minds, but we can make assumptions that he's slightly worried if his team can't come away with any points today, as the goal kick's gone off the top of Mason Mount's head and out for a throw-in for Arsenal just inside the Chelsea half. It's going to be interesting to see if Mason Mount can make a difference. We know he's consistent at times. Needs to be scoring more goals if he can, and that's, I'm sure, something he'll aim for. Thrown from Bellerin straight to Kante. Headed on by Abraham, only as far as Bukayo Saka, and he can give it to Smith Rowe. Martinelli's on the left-hand side. He's got Tierney overlapping. He's going to use him. He pulls it back again. Can't find a man in red. It's going to be another corner for Arsenal. They need to get that final ball right. They've had a few of those chances, especially down the left-hand side with Martinelli and Tierney, where they've had a chance to cut it back and they've not found an Arsenal forward. But they have got a corner to make up for it. Edouard Mendy to take. Saka to take, Edouard Mendy ready to pounce. Tierney's been given it short, gets away from Werner. It's a great cross towards Mari. It's missed everyone. Out to Bellerin. Keeps it in. Left-footed pass to Xhaka, who's around 50 yards away from goal. Looks to get it back to Tierney. It's a great ball from the midfield. And it's Tierney who cuts away from Reece James. He's been taken down in the box, and it's a penalty kick for Arsenal. No hesitation or doubt by Michael Oliver, and I don't think that Reece James has many complaints. And Tierney has won the penalty kick. Cuts inside, gets away from his man. Yeah, clipped down in the box. Easy as you like for Michael Oliver. That's going to be a penalty kick for Arsenal. The big question is, who's going to take it? Usually it's either an Aubameyang, a Pepe, maybe even a Willian. None of them are playing tonight. Who's going to be stood over it? Clear penalty, and it's going to be a lot of frustration here for Frank Lampard. Who's going to be taken? Let's have a look. Can't quite see at the minute. They're just showing Reece James looking a little bit annoyed. They're looking at VAR. The time the contacts happened, he's already on his way to ground. Is the holding enough for the penalty? For me, I think it's a penalty. I don't think you can really go against that. And it is Lacazette to take. The senior man in the Arsenal attack. Can he score? It's his 12th appearance against Chelsea. He's got the 1 goal in a 2-0 win a couple seasons back. Can he double his tally against Chelsea? So Lacazette, it's a big moment this for Arsenal. They need this to go in. They've had a good first half an hour or so in the game. They need to make it count. Edouard Mendy versus Lacazette. Can he be cold-blooded when he's needed to be most? Lacazette strikes it into the bottom right corner, and Arsenal take a surprise lead in the London derby. To the delight of the Arsenal players, you could say they deserve that off the balance of play so far. Yes, Chelsea have been more possession-based in the last 20 minutes or so, but Arsenal have weathered the storm and create chances when they've been able to, and they have taken a lead against Chelsea. Sends Mendy the wrong way, and a Reece James foul on Tierney in the box has given Lacazette a goal to make him the top goal scorer this season for Arsenal in the Premier League with 4 goals now. And all they need to do is shut off that Chelsea attack of Werner, Pulisic, Abraham, Kovacic, Mount. So many names they need to try and keep quiet, but for the first 35 minutes they've done just that. Reece James still looking a little bit annoyed at himself for giving it away. As we are back underway with Thiago Silva sending it long for Chelsea towards Abraham. He's chested it down straight to El Neni. Pablo Mari now has it to Kieran Tierney, won the penalty. Sends it long towards Lacazette. Too much on it, and Chelsea can have the ball with Edouard Mendy. 1-0. Pulisic, who took or give Chelsea the lead in the FA Cup final, is now got the ball. He's giving it away, and now Arsenal have it with El Neni. Lacazette into Saka, feeding it into the space of where Martinelli can get there ahead of Reece James. Going to try and get onto his right foot if he can. And swings a ball into towards the box. It's deflected towards Hector Bellerin. He's going to hit it first time, deflected away to the edge of the box where Xhaka recycles back to El Neni. Remember, Bellerin scored a goal in this fixture at Stamford Bridge last season, and he's given it away here, El Neni. Werner is breaking away. He's got Abraham in support, gets it towards him, flicked in the air. Werner takes over on the left-hand side and keeps it in his possession. He's in the corner flag. Can he work a corner or a goal kick? He's going to have to work a goal kick in the end for Arsenal. Not very productive by the German, and it's going to be a goal kick for Arsenal as they want to get in at half-time at 1-0 if possible. Bellerin. El Neni over to Rob Holding. All fixtures for these managers against Chelsea have come against each other. 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. As it's Smith Rowe picks it up against Reece James. His advantage has been played as Martinelli was fouled in the process. Gives it back to Kieran Tierney. Now to Xhaka, who gave Tierney the ball for the penalty. Smith Rowe now back to the halfway line where it's Pablo Mari. Arsenal just slowing the game down a little. And looks to try and speed it up again, trying to feed through Tierney in behind. Too much on it out for a goal kick. If you haven't liked, please do. As a player, Frank Lampard didn't actually have the greatest record against Arsenal. Played them 44 times. Only the 12 wins for Frank Lampard. Did score 5 goals. Only the 12 wins out of 44. As a manager, he needs to win this game, especially Lacazette can nod it on, and Zuma's been taken out there. I think it's a little bit of a head injury there. It's a foul. Martinelli didn't mean it. I think he's gone for the header and just collided with Martinelli, but I think he'll be okay. Arteta delighted with the penalty being dispatched. That has a lot of pressure lifted off his shoulders. Will it be for a short amount of time? We'll have to wait and see. Like I said, he's delighted with the goal. Zuma's back on his feet and he's okay. He's still holding his right side of his face where the collision actually happened. Thiago Silva gets to Kovacic in the midfield. Finds Abraham. No shots on target yet for Chelsea. They need to work the goal if they want to score. To be fair, Lacazette's only shot on target this game was the only shot on target in the whole game. As Mendy gets it to Chilwell. Inside towards Werner. Helped back on towards Kante. He hoofs it in the sky as Mount can't bring it down. It's Saka who does, and he finds El Neni toward Lacazette. Challenged by Chilwell, and it's out for a throw for Arsenal as Chilwell was asking for the foul as Lacazette was putting pressure onto him, but the referee says no. Here is the captain, Hector Bellerin for Arsenal. He's got options of El Neni, Smith Rowe, Lacazette, Saka moving off the ball. Goes towards Saka and it's avoided by him towards Smith Rowe, flicked on towards Tierney. It's Pulisic who wins it and goes back to Zuma and he's in his own box. Left footed pass out to Chilwell. He's going to force it down the line. Over the top, looking for Abraham, who's challenged with Rob Holding, goes over all their heads and out towards Pablo Mari. But I think he went out for a throw-in as the ball was sent long. Yeah, it was. Or is it a free kick? Yeah, it's a throw-in. Or is it a free kick? What is it? It's a throw-in. He must have curled out of play before entering back onto the pitch. Bellerin. Thrown down to El Neni. Challenging ball to have to take there on Bellerin, but he's kept it alive and it's now been worked to Pablo Mari. It's now Kieran Tierney. Charging down the left-hand side, getting past Christian Pulisic and then looking to cut it back towards Martinelli, cut out by Kante. It's now Kovacic being fouled or being tackled by Tierney and he's won the throw-in, Chelsea. Both Celtic and Rangers won today, by the way, so they're for the commentary back on the main channel next week. On the 2nd of January, 12:30, that is the commentary. Celtic versus Rangers, I'm very excited for it. And then after that is FA Cup weekend, so got an FA Cup commentary coming up from the 8th to the 11th. I've already got an idea of what commentary I'm doing, but I have to wait and see what changes with that. So it's Kurt Zouma. Thiago Silva, now to back to Edouard Mendy, clearing it long towards Pulisic. His header has been won and flicked on towards Abraham. It's Mari who deals with it with an overhead kick away. Along as far as Mason Mount who heads it on to Werner. He lets it run across the body. He's tried to get it to, I think it was to Chilwell, deflected back to him off Bellerin. Decided to go for the shot and it was less than convincing in another shot off target for Chelsea. Mari attempted the clearance. Well, kept alive by Mount to Werner. Looked to get it, I think, to Chilwell. Deflected back to him off Bellerin, and then the shot just dragged wide and was quite a slow shot to say the least. Not much power in it at all by the former Leipzig striker. Had a great record for Leipzig in the Bundesliga itself. He scored 91 goals in 222 appearances in the Bundesliga, so he doesn't know where to find the net. He has been under criticism as of late as Holding heads it on towards Smith Rowe, can't quite keep it into his possession, and Thiago Silva can play it back to Mendy. Clears it long towards Abraham. He's not there. Mari can play it towards Xhaka. He wins the seconds and heads it straight to Kurt Zouma, who used all the neck muscles to get it to Chilwell on the left back position. Thiago Silva to Kante. Now Zouma. Two Frenchmen combining. It's in the Chelsea half at the minute, and that's where it's been intercepted by Martinelli. It's now Tierney on the ball. Poor ball from Zouma. And Tierney bursts forward inside the Chelsea half. Has to just turn back and poke it back towards the halfway line where it is. Granted, Xhaka on the ball. Worked over to El Neni. Gets it past Mount and Abraham. If he couldn't, that could have been alarm bells for Arsenal. Xhaka to Mari. El Neni to Holding. Now Saka's found a little bit of room. He's got Bellerin in a lot of room on the right hand side. He will find him. He's got Lacazette inside. And he's got Martinelli. He goes back inside to Saka instead. He's on his left foot. He's been challenged by Kante, and that's going to be a foul and a free kick. I Don't think it's going to be a booking for Kante, but it is definitely going to be a free kick in a dangerous area for Arsenal. Was looking to go inside and find maybe a pass on the left-hand side, but didn't have time to do that as he was chopped down by N'Golo Kante, and it's a great free kick won by the youngster. That's where the motivation and the new influx of passion's been created as they've tried to play it quickly there. Arsenal, and the referee's blowing his whistle as he was not ready to continue play. The wall does seem quite far back. Abraham's making that point to the referee. Lacazette's over it. It's around 25 yards out, similar to the Mount free kick, just a bit further to the right-hand side. Xhaka and Lacazette. It's actually Xhaka to take, and he's an absolute beauty of a free kick by Granit Xhaka. What a goal. We know he has the strike on him. He's done it a few times. I remember, I think one of his first seasons, one of his first goals for Arsenal was they've won the strike against Hull away from home. And that's unreal. Palace away as well. I don't know if you remember that goal as well. That is unreal. From the villain to the hero, 1 week to the next, he has doubled Arsenal's lead. Mendy with no chance. And that is an unreal strike from Granit Xhaka. The Arsenal fans might not want him at the club, but for now he's at the club and he's scoring goals like that to put Arsenal 2 goals to the good against Chelsea. And out of all the games where Arsenal are going to try and rebound and pick up a win, it's going to be against one of their greatest rivals in Chelsea. What a goal. Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1. That all came from Saka's free kick that he won against Kante. What a goal. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You won't find a better strike than that. Straight into the top right corner. As Mount brings it away. Over towards Chilwell. Can't bring it down. It's going to be a throw-in for Arsenal. It looks like they are going to go in at the break. 2 goals to the good. What a strike. You might get a lot of stick, Granit Xhaka, but you can't take away that goal. 9th in the Premier League. He's second against Chelsea in his career. The other one came in the League Cup second leg. Or first leg, I can't quite remember. First or second, as Xhaka has then sliced the clearance, and Arsenal have won it back with Mari though, and he is on the ball again, the Swiss midfielder and captain. Gives it to Smith Rowe, moves it along to Martinelli. He's just going to hold up the play, back to Xhaka. Around the corner, Smith Rowe, I think he's offside. The flag should go up. Play will continue though with Martinelli. Try to take on Kante. He's sat him on the ground. Chips it in towards Saka. Completes a 1-2. Martinelli on the edge of the box. Working a bit of room, can he? That's Hector Bellerin. And then back to El Neni. But there's not enough time to complete the attack as it is half-time. It is Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1. It's a fantastic performance by Arteta's men in the first 45. I think they're completely deserved of their lead they've currently got. But the main question is, will they be able to maintain that lead? It is currently Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1, and Chelsea have got all the work to do in this second half. It's a Lacazette placed penalty, and it's a Xhaka bullet to give them the lead, and you can't say they don't deserve it. They've been fantastic. You know, the last couple fixtures, or the last 5 fixtures especially in this game, it's been quite even. An Arsenal win, then Chelsea win, then a Chelsea win, then a draw, then an Arsenal win. It's very, very, very equal in the recent history. And yeah, it's looking like Arsenal could be on the way to a victory in the 202nd appearance between these two sides. What a goal! Wow. Wow, wow, wow indeed. That's all I'm going to say. Wow, that's all I can say. Don't think I can say much more. That goal was spectacular, to say the least. No one would have expected this, that is for sure. But it's more of the question of where was this? in the games they were losing. Yes, I know Martinelli's back. Smith Rowe's a new energetic player being brought in for what seems to be one of his first appearances in the Premier League for Arsenal. It's not his debut. He's made 2 other appearances, but this is only his 3rd. Is it just trusting the youth, giving them a bit more energy, a bit more enthusiasm? I think that could be the reason. But yeah, that Xhaka goal was seriously filled with quality. That was seriously a good goal. I'm just going to just check the stream, make sure it's all okay. I don't know the I won't make sure the mic wasn't too loud. Okay, the mic wasn't too loud. Okay. I thought if the mic was too loud, then that would be a bit annoying, but it's not. What? I just don't know what to say. I don't understand Arsenal. I really don't. There are 8 losses this season. They've only won 4 games. They're struggling for form. They can't win a game. They can't score. Yes, I know the 2 goals came from set pieces and not open play, but the goals nonetheless. And they're winning against Chelsea. I mean, they're going into this game with a bit of form. You know, scoring 3 goals in their last fixture against West Ham. You know, not doing too badly. Because, you know, everyone's having a bit of an on and off season, you know, due to everything that's going on. But they've turned it on when it needed to be the most. So you've got to respect that. But it's two of the academy prospects that's giving them this energy. Smith Rowe and Saka, they're really giving Arsenal a new dimension in their attacking play this game, and I think it's fantastic. Fantastic to see. I'm going to quickly do a Fantasy League update as well, because I've got some news. And I'm not happy about the news. You'll know Harvey from the main channel and this channel, because he's doing the Minecraft world with me and Smithy at the minute, which is going live at probably at 8 o'clock or something like 7:30 tonight. So yeah, make sure you're here for that. And we were talking actually in the second episode about Fantasy League. We're like, I had Chilwell, which is not too bad now because he's not doing very well, Chilwell, at the minute. And yeah, I'm like, okay, right. It seems like he's not going to be playing because he's on 50%. So I'm like, right, who can I put in? I'm looking at my options. I'm like, maybe Diaz from City. Maybe Cancelo from City. You know, not sure who I'm putting in. Looking at it, they're playing Newcastle at home City, so I should have probably put a City player in. But anyway, I decided to go with. Just give me a sec. There's a stream. I went with Tyrone Mings. Yeah, he decided to get sent off. It was a bit annoying. My team, I'm not going to lie, it's a bit of a shambles. I'm not happy with the team. I've not been happy with it for a few game weeks now. I've had to put Salah in. I've become desperate. I've had to put Salah in. This part, take away the defence, the team's actually really good. Zuma's on and off. Because sometimes he scores and they keep clean sheets, sometimes they do this. Robertson, you know, just assisting it. That's guaranteed, really, an assist. And then Edison, you know, City are keeping clean sheets, but I shouldn't really be wasting so much money on a keeper, but hey ho. And I thought, obviously in hindsight, I'm going to be saying why I put Diaz in. Because obviously Aston Villa were playing Palace. Yes, they kept a clean sheet, by the way, which would have got me the points that I wanted if he didn't get sent off. I was thinking, yeah, I'll put Tyrone Mings in from corners. Should keep a clean sheet because Crystal Palace obviously coming off the back of a 7-0 loss. Get sent off, absolutely raging. So that's the team at the minute. Ward-Prowse isn't bringing in the points as of yet since bringing him in after the United game. That he scored that corner, and I think got the assist scored the free kick and got the assist from the corner. But yeah, I think my team's okay. Something about it I just don't like, and yeah. But I just absolutely, we're just literally, you'll find it on stream. It's quite early on in the stream, and I'm literally finding a centre back to put in or a defender to put in for Chilwell because I didn't think he'd play, and I thought, I'll put Tyrone Mings in. Absolute shocker from me. But, oh well, we move. We can't help it. I didn't know he was going to get sent off. I wish I did, but I didn't. So, if you're on the stream, let me know what did you get for Christmas. Anyone get any football shirts that I might be interested in? Because I got mainly money because I didn't really know what I wanted. So if there's any football shirts any of you's got or have in mind that you're going to buy yourself, let me know because I'm a bit stuck for what to get. I'm just it's just there, and I'm looking. I'm all day yesterday. I'm looking at football shirts. Like, which one's going to buy? And none really, jumped out at me. So if anyone's got any suggestions, that'd be fantastic because I'm currently a little bit a little bit just lost for what to get because obviously there's about 1 million football shirts I can get, and unfortunately I can't find one that I like. Boom shakalaka, that is so poor from Sky. Lacazette and Xhaka to score. I should have come up with that myself. Frontie's here. You probably see him. Well, you won't see him, but he's going to be in the Minecraft stream later on tonight. Hopefully, if it all goes ahead. Some beef happened off camera. I want to try and smooth it out because, to be honest, I can't be bothered like fighting and them because basically Harvey took their enchantment table and something else. Now obviously they're fuming, which is fair enough. I would be as well. I'm very happy. Just let him have the enchantment table back and just keep going from what we were doing. Just leave each other alone because I can't be bothered with them coming to our house and just destroying everything and all that, and then we go and destroy theirs because no one wins. There's no point in it. So I'm hoping we can just sort things out because I can't be bothered with that back and forth rubbish, to say the least. I'm just not in the mood. Not in a bad mood. I just want to chill on Minecraft. That's the whole point of the series. Not to be stressed out like, oh my god, they're going to attack us any minute now. It's like, I just can't be bothered. So, we're close to a second half. Who do we think's going to win? I don't know. Because Chelsea don't want to score it at all. Werner looks off it. Abraham's not really getting into the game, which isn't really any fault of his own. And Arsenal just look a bit comfortable. Firstly, they've got Rob Holding and Pablo Mari at the back, so the fact they're actually doing well defensively for me is quite it's quite impressive. I think it's very impressive the fact they're defending so well with them two playing centre back. No disrespect to them, Rob Holding's great centre back. Pablo Mari we don't actually know much of yet. That's why I was kind of doubting his ability. But yeah, it's a great, again, no Gabriel, no David Luiz. Mustafi's on the bench. I don't think he'll be playing anytime soon. Yeah, ITV as well. Yeah. I just can't be. I just want to play Minecraft. You can have your enchantment table back. That's fine. Let me just get on with my own house and all that. Because basically, at the end, we are teaming up to kill the Ender Dragon, and then I think we kill the Ender Dragon, and then that's when we have like a final battle. So, we'll just say, look, we shouldn't. Well, I say we, Harvey. I shouldn't have nicked that enchantment table. Definitely didn't have any one, pecking his head to do it. But if you can have enchantment table back, just get on with it. Because again, I just can't be bothered dealing with it. So that is coming up. I think 8 o'clock I might start streaming that. Something around that time. Should be a chill stream. Very chill stream. Yeah, I'm just having a look here. I know what I forgot to do. Let's have FA Cup fixtures. Because that after next week, which is Celtic Rangers, which we're commentating on, the week after that, so the 8th of January, is third round FA Cup games. I've got a shout of which game to do. It'd be on Monday. It'd be the 11th. So it'd go from. So we'd have a good break from commentaries. It'd be like a 9-day break, but obviously on the main channel it'd be like Football Manager videos going out and all that. And obviously there'll be the videos and live streams on this channel as well. It is Stockport County versus West Ham. 8 o'clock 11th. I'm thinking of commentating on that. We did the Football Manager with them last year on FM 20. Have connection that way, and I also have a different connection as well towards them. Could be a giant killing. Who knows? Stockport haven't been the greatest of form actually as of late. Drew today to Altrincham. Lost to Hartlepool in the week. Lost to Notts County. And then from then they were doing okay. Just a little bit of a stumble at the minute. But I think that could be the FA Cup game actually. I could do that on the 11th. I think that would be very exciting to do. It's on BT Sport as well, so in case people don't have it, they can watch this stream if they're interested. Obviously, this will all be on the main channel because obviously I've got the community guideline banned for a week, which is just a load of rubbish by YouTube. So my main channel, if you haven't heard of it, is in the description. There we go. But we are going to be getting underway in literally a couple of minutes' time. World Darts Championship. Got love the darts over Christmas time. Big fan of the Darts Championships over Christmas and New Year. Don't mind the darts. There it is. Rangers v Celtic next Saturday. That will be the chosen commentary on the main channel next week. So make sure you are here and ready. Well, not here on the main channel, but you're on the football commentaries YouTube ready. Obviously, no content next week, which again I'm just so annoyed about, but I can't do anything about it. To be fair, the ban ends on Wednesday, I think, or like I think it's Wednesday. I can put videos out, so that'll be a Football Manager, and then yeah, back to normal, where the streams will continue on this channel. Minecraft, Rocket League. They're going to be the two main games I'll play on this channel anyway, I think. Think of any other games, maybe Among Us, but don't know. You need like a full lobby for that, and sometimes it can be a bit boring if you're playing it and you just die straight away like I played last week. I just kept getting killed first, which can't help too much. Double change for Chelsea. Jorginho, which might come as a surprise, and Hudson-Odoi.
I can learn to understand you much better if I...
Didn't mean to do that. I don't know if you heard that through the headphones up there. But yeah, I don't know who they're replacing, but there's two changes, Jorginho and Hudson-Odoi. For Werner and Kovacic, if I had to pick two of the less performing players, I probably would pick them two, actually. Werner's not been on it. That'd be a kick up the backside for him, saying, look, you might be the best player, but you're definitely not going to be playing every game if you're playing the way you did in that first half. Hudson-Odoi and Jorginho come on. Werner did start every single game so far, and obviously he's still done that now, but that is a subbed off for him because he's not played well. It's not nothing tactical. He's literally not been good enough. And Hudson-Odoi, who came off against West Brom earlier on in the season, which I did the commentary on, and he did fantastically. I think he scored actually against West Brom as well. Hudson-Odoi. Yeah, so he thoroughly deserves the chance to try and prove himself here. Lacazette plays it back towards Holding, over to Pablo Mari, chased down by Abraham. Mari sends it long towards no one. It's straight to the head of Zuma. Back to Mari, who heads it on towards Zuma again. It just cans off his face and he hooks it on towards the forwards of Chelsea. It bundles around and Kante can be the one to bring it away. Saka helps it on towards Mount, and now it's Chilwell in the Arsenal half. Deflects it off Saka and lets it go for a throw. Oh, we've missed the timer. Chilwell with the throw still. There we go. We are underway in the second half. Bunchycombe is here. I was just sorting out the stuff, sorry if I didn't see a message straight away. What do we think score predictions then for this half? I mean, goals conceded second half. Arsenal have actually got the fewest this season, apparently. So apparently they like to concede them all in the first half. Get the disappointment straight away. It's Hudson-Odoi for Chelsea. Can we get a comeback? Imagine 3-2 to Chelsea. That would be quite the second half. Jorginho, by the way, did take the captain's armband. Thiago Silva did give it to Jorginho, so they still have the same captains as before Thiago Silva joined. As Jorginho, the captain now, swung it over towards Christian Pulisic. Now Chilwell inside to Mount on the edge of the Arsenal box. Works it onto his right foot. He's going to go across the box towards Reece James. Now over to Hudson-Odoi. He's got Kante in support. He's just going to go against using him and gets a lovely cross in, and he's headed over the bar by Hector Bellerin. Great defending from Hector Bellerin to avoid the man at the back post to get any contact on it. I think it's Pulisic. Runs across Hector Bellerin. It's good defending. Tammy Abraham nearly won the cross at the near post. It went over his head. But they have won a corner. It's Mason Mount. Takes it short to Hudson-Odoi. On the angle. Gets a deep cross in. It's too far deep out for a goal kick for Bernd Leno and Arsenal. Close though. Close for Chelsea from the cross. Bellerin with some good defending and needed defending, I'd say as well. Frank Lampard looks on. He looks very annoyed with his Chelsea team, and so he should be. They've not been good enough today, and I'm sure he'll let them know in those 15 minutes at half time. They could do with the same from Abraham in the last game. He scored 2 against West Ham. Chilwell wins the header towards Abraham as he chases against Rob Holding. Holding is able to get it back to his goalkeeper Leno. Playing inside to El Nenny's got pressure from behind by Mount. He's able to get it to Holding. A fizzed ball to Hector Bellerin. He's able to keep it under control. Find El Nenny. Ball out wide towards Lacazette. Can't win the ball. Chelsea have it back with Zuma. A loop's headed towards Mount. El Nenny wins it. Heads it back on towards Thiago Silva, who can just spin and clear all as far as Mari, who heads it on towards Martinelli. Challenged by Reece James. Forced to El Nenny. Looks to send away Tierney on the left. Can he beat James to it? No, he can't. Will be an Arsenal throw-in though. Thrown into Martinelli. Heavy touch, Kante can bring it away, and a heavy challenge from Xhaka can whack it off the Frenchman of N'Golo Kante, and it's going to be a throw-in for Arsenal. I don't quite understand that. I've just seen Callum Hudson-Odoi throw his gloves off, right? He's been on for 4 minutes. You should know if you'll need gloves or not. Is Xhaka trying to find Smith Rowe, deflects to Martinelli, then tries to give it back to Smith Rowe, who's going to be offside. If there's any buffering or loss of connection there, I do apologise. I don't know if there was. It just said there was no data going into the stream, but I think we're okay now, which is good. Smith Rowe has been lively in the first half, to say the least. I think he's been a good player in the first half. You've got to remember that midfield three, or the attacking three behind Lacazette, their ages is 19, 19 and 20. So it is very youthful, but very effective. It is now Reece James at right back. Goes to Jorginho. Now back to Zuma, who's inside the Chelsea half. There's a ball on towards him. He's just going to go to Reece James on the right-hand side. Sends it long over the top down the right-hand side towards Abraham. He's going to chase against Pablo Mari, who has to be careful. He is on a yellow card, the centre-back. Cleared out for a throw-in for Chelsea. Taking no prisoners. Hudson-Odoi has the ball. This goes back to Kurt Zuma. And once more back to Edouard Mendy. Now Zuma again. Mendy. It's going to go over to Thiago Silva, who it's his first appearance against Arsenal for Chelsea, but he's also made 4 for PSG and AC Milan, 2 for each. His ball's gone to Abraham, headed down to Reece James. Swings over to the left-hand side to Mason Mount. He's got Chilwell in support, and he's going to give it to the left-back, formerly of Leicester. Mount pokes it inside to Pulisic. He's entered the box, gives it back to Mount. Can he get a cross in? He's met by El Nenny. It's a bit scrappy. Gives it again to Pulisic. Tries to work the space. Gets a cross/shot in, and it's cleared away by Arsenal. Lacazette to Saka. Deflects off a Chelsea man out for a throw-in for Arsenal. Well defended in the end. They were able to deal with it. Could have been dangerous as well, that. If you are new, subscribe. Even if you've got other people's accounts, maybe your sisters, your other brothers, get on their account, sneak on, subscribe to the second channel and the main if you haven't already. That would help me out massively. As it is Hector Bellerin. Another successful throw-in to Smith Rowe. Nearly a short pass to Murray, but he's able to get it to him. And it's a short pass from Rob Holding. And he does find Callum Hudson-Odoi to Kante. Thankfully for Arsenal, there was enough shirts back to kind of cancel out any attack. But they're still going to try and force their way through here, Chelsea, with Hudson-Odoi on the right. Goes inside towards Kante. I think he's onside. Lays it back off to Hudson-Odoi. He's already put one good cross in. He's not had the room to put another one in, but he does find Jorginho on the edge of the box. Heavy touch, and then he can tackle and can be given to Tierney. Now, Xhaka, who can just clear up the pitch, looking for Martinelli. He's going to put pressure on the Zuma touch. Good defending by the Frenchman. And he can come away with the ball. Kurt Zuma, we talked about the goals he's got in the Premier League. It's a 155th appearance, split across clubs at Chelsea, Everton and Stoke. There's Mason Mount here on the ball. He also scored quite a decent goal against West Brom earlier on in the season to start a comeback, which they need here. Hudson-Odoi on the right hand side. He's looked a real threat since coming on. Reece James, he's got it to Kante. He's got a lot of room. He needs to get a crossing in goal to Kante, and he does do so. Headed away by Pablo Mari towards Reece James and Jorginho, who can't figure it out between them. And it's going to be Xhaka. Tries to take on the Chelsea men, and he does get it to Smith Rowe, who looks to run away from Thiago Silva and just passes out a play as Martinelli. He's down again with another back problem. Mari gets him to lay on his back just to try and help ease the pain. Let's have a look at it here. It's when he went up with Jorginho and James. He just got a knock in the back, I think, from Jorginho as he was challenging. He didn't know anything about it, the Italian midfielder. As you've got to remember, he did also sustain a little injury against Manchester City after a Zach Steffen challenge in the Carabao Cup earlier on in the week. Hopefully he'll be okay. He's back on his feet and he will continue. Well, I'm presuming he is. Will this ball go back to Arsenal? Yeah, it will be thrown to Kante. They give it back to Kieran Tierney, who let it go to Pablo Mari, who clears first time, and the ball is gone long towards Zuma, who heads it on towards Pulisic. Good header by Rob Holding, met again by James with another header towards Tammy Abraham. He got there ahead of Mari, and his touch has gone out for a throw-in in the end. Couldn't quite keep it in. Frustrated Abraham punches the ball off the ground as he just feels like he's not really breaking from today, and it is true. He's not really had a sight of goal yet. Not really had the support he needs to create any dangerous opportunities. Tierney to take the throw in. He has a long throw on him, and he will use that to get Arsenal up the pitch with Lacazette not winning the header against Zuma, and it's now Chelsea in possession again. They've worked it to Abraham. Heavy touch away from him. Tierney can get the ball away, and Saka's been pushed in the back. Referee says no foul, and Chilwell helped the ball forward. Headed away by Holding, straight to Jorginho. Mount to Pulisic. He turns and looks to sprint at goal. Looks to play it into Mount just on the edge of the box. He spins and gets a crossing towards Abraham. Nicely collected by Bernd Leno. And again, breathing space and time for Arsenal as they look to guard their 2-goal lead. Leno rolls it out to El Neni, to Mari on the edge of the box. Back to Leno in the 6-yard box. Now Rob Holding. Inside towards Granit Xhaka. 1-2 with Lacazette. Now finds Hector Bellerin. To his right, Smith Rowe will use him in the final third. Finds Saka in the box. Looks to get a crossing on the right foot. And he's sending it into the back of the net. You can't say he meant that as a shot, but he'll definitely claim the goal. Arsenal are 3-0 up, and Bukayo Saka is the one with the goal. Strange how it went in. I don't think anyone expected it. As the attempted cross, I'm going to say, went in, it did look goal-bound, but I didn't think it was going to actually end up in the back of the net. But so I think to the surprise to everyone watching, even Bukayo Saka, he scored. It's definitely a cross. I think towards maybe Martinelli and Lacazette. Yeah, he looks towards the back post to put a cross in. Completely miscues the cross so badly, it's ended up curling all the way to the far post, coming off the post into the back of the net. And Bukayo Saka scores, and maybe not intentional, but it's a goal nonetheless. Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1, and Lampard probably can't believe his eyes. Second goal of the season. His other one did come at home against Sheffield United at the Emirates as well. Not quite as fortunate as that one, but he won't care, Bukayo Saka, because he's got his team 3 goals to the good. And I wonder what the Arsenal fans will be saying about Arteta today. I wonder what they'll be saying. Interesting to hear what they do say. Reece James has the ball for Chelsea. Back to Kurt Zouma. Into Kante, he's able to turn and bring the ball forward for Chelsea as they need a miracle. They did do it against West Brom away, the comeback, but that's a different kind of opposition. They'll need to do it against better quality players. Hudson-Odoi tackle, but he does fall to Reece James, who puts a curling cross in, headed on by Abraham towards the back post, where Chilwell will try and let it go, because I think it came off Holding last, and it did go out of play, so it will be a corner kick. It was Holding who got the flick on, not Abraham, and it is a corner. I think in the build-up of play as well, I said it was a 1-2 between Xhaka and Lacazette and Xhaka, and I think it was. I'll have to look back at that. I don't know if it was a 1-2 or a give and go. As Mount crosses it in, headed away. As far as Kante on the edge of the box, finds Reece James, who's already scored from the outside of the box this season, but he crosses it instead. And Zuma's header looked towards Pulisic, and he couldn't quite race onto the end of it. And it's going to be a goal kick for Chelsea, and it looks like it's going to be a frustrating night for the boys from Stamford Bridge. I want to show a replay of the build-up of that goal, because it was impressive how they went from a defence to attack. And yes, the goal was fortunate by Bukayo Saka, but he will not care. So his second goal in the Premier League, his third goal, in the Premier League in his career. Scored a fantastic one against Wolves away, and like I said before, a goal here earlier on in the season in the 2-1 win against Sheffield United. Starting to come up with some goals now as well, Saka, which is great to see for Arsenal. It's now back to Edouard Mendy in the end. Still no shots on target for Chelsea. Zouma. Looks to go out wide, left to Pulisic. It's a fantastic ball. Pulisic looks to get beyond Hector Bellerin, and he's going to be fouled by the Spaniard. He's trying to act innocent, but I think it was a foul in the end. Chilwell, it's a dangerous area. If they want to try and mount a comeback, this needs to go in. This is a great area for a free kick. Chilwell and James are stood over it. James leaves it for Chilwell. Gets a cross in. Poor. Straight to the front post where Lacazette heads away. As far as Mason Mount, who strikes. No deflection on it. It's just a wild strike over the bar. And still 3-0 to Arsenal and a goal kick for them as well. Really shock result. I really didn't expect this. And this is without Aubameyang. Without Nicolas Pepe. Without Willian. Did they need those players at the minute? Do they need something different, like the youngsters that they're playing tonight, who can give them more energy? It might be what they need. No Ceballos as well, no Gabriel. So many players that are missing. Do they need them? Should they be going with these players more often, like the Smith Rowes, the Sakas, Gabriel Martinez, all playing together? Saka's been fed away here, gets beyond Ben Chilwell. He's going to lay it to the edge of the box where it's Granit Xhaka, once more to the left to Kieran Tierney. Can they force a fourth? Tierney crosses towards Lacazette. Chilwell heads it down to Martinelli. Goes for the acrobatics, and it's just saved by Edouard Mendy to his left. Easy save in the end. He was able to dive down to his left. If that went in, that would have really put the cherry on top, and I don't think I would have been able to continue if that had gone into the top corner or the bottom corner. That was an audacious attempt. He was able to get his foot up high to kick the ball into the overhead kick movement, and it's a easy, comfortable save for Mendy as Chelsea look to come forward again. They need to get a goal within the next 5 minutes, I'd say, or 10 minutes, Chelsea, if they want a chance. And could Mount do this? On the left-hand side, looking to get onto his right foot. Gives it to Pulisic on his right. Shot blocked by Holding. Good defending by Rob Holding. And it's Lacazette to Saka. Looks to bring it away. Sandwiched by Chelsea players, and they've won the ball back fairly. Now Abraham, who holds it up. Jorginho out to Pulisic on the left. He's got Chilwell overlapping. He's going to use him. The cross needs to be correct. And it is. And it's just over the head of Hudson-Odoi. Smith Rowe can clear for Arsenal. Very, very close to be getting onto the head of Hudson-Odoi. Cleared by Smith Rowe. Couldn't be helped onto an Arsenal man. And they're going to come straight back at Arsenal. with N'Golo Kante. Can he get a crossing? He does. It's headed away by El Neni straight to Granit Xhaka, who's on the edge of the Arsenal box. Goes to Lacazette. Back towards El Neni. He's going to be tackled by Kante, but it's seen as a foul by Michael Oliver, and a free kick's been given to Arsenal at the end. It'd be a very good win for Arsenal. Very surprise win. A very, very surprise win. Be only their 5th win. Only 2 wins behind Chelsea if they win this game, Arsenal. And they'll also be 8 points behind Chelsea as well. So they couldn't really afford to lose this game, Arsenal. And it is a shock. You can't say it's not a shock. But Leno sends it towards Martinelli. Header won by Zuma, and it is broken to Mount. Can't quite feed Abraham, and it is Tierney with the ball to curl it down the line towards Lacazette, who forward by Kurt Zouma. Back towards Tierney. It's flicked on by Hudson-Odoi to Abraham. Played into Pulisic. Chest down beautifully and finds Hudson-Odoi. He's going to look for a crossfield ball towards Chilwell. It's a fantastic attempted cross-field pass, and it's an even better interception by Saka, who just calmly nods it back to his goalkeeper, who can pick it up and roll out to El Neni. He finds Lacazette into Bellerin. First time ball to Smith Rowe. Can't quite get past Zuma, and it falls to Mason Mount. Dinked ball over towards Pulisic. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. Too much on it. And you can just see Chelsea starting to get slightly frustrated as things quite aren't clicking for them. What a player this youngster is, Bukayo Saka. Already has 4 England caps with the 1 assist so far. And he's just becoming forever present now in the Arsenal team. It's his 60th appearance tonight in the first team. Bred through the academy in 2008. And he's looking like a fantastic player for the future for him and Mikel Arteta. Giroud, they need to be looking at players like Giroud, bringing them on. Formerly of Arsenal as well. Scored 105 goals for Arsenal. Currently scored 36 for Chelsea. Smith Rowe has it to El Neni, worked over towards Granit Xhaka, tries to let the ball run across his body, and he does so, and it's Gabriel Martinelli who picks it up. He works it to Kieran Tierney. He's got room in front of him. He's going to look to gun it back to Martinelli to strike it. It's a good save from Edouard Mendy, and it's Callum Hudson-Odoi to clear. It's not very convincingly cleared as Smith Rowe had the chance to head it back forward, falls to a Chelsea man, and they need to look to break as well. Pulisic working his way nicely past El Neni, and going to be brought down in the end, and it's going to be a big chance miss for Arsenal to try and make it 4. 50-50 there, James and Martinelli. Martinelli got there first, poked it to Tierney, sprinted forward, pulled it back to Martinelli around 14 yards out, crossed by Tierney, 14 yards out, shot, deflected. Actually, it's a good save by Mendy. Yes, it was right at him, but the ball, the change of direction from the deflection could have caused him to have to manoeuvre his body into the right position, and it's a good save by Mendy as Emile Smith-Rowe has been substituted off for Joe Willock. He's been fantastic, and if he doesn't start the next game for Arsenal, depending on obviously rests, because it's such a compact schedule, he should definitely be starting. Here's Hudson-Odoi, gets a crossing, headed away by Mari, who is on a yellow card. He needs to be careful. Martinelli helps it on clear to Zuma, has a lot of time on the ball on the halfway line. Gives it to Jorginho. Zuma brings it forward. James back to Jorginho. They need a goal soon. Reece James has got it. He's going to have to bring it forward. He's got room to bring it forward as well. He's going to keep driving. Pulisic is making an inwards run. Decides to go against using it. He's got great times to get across, and he goes for a switch instead. El Neni cuts it out, and Willock can try and clear if he can the substitute. Not very convincingly. It's over towards Saka and Chilwell. Chilwell got there, and he's going to be a foul and a free kick for Chelsea. I'm not sure what Saka really did wrong there as they look to take it quickly. They've broke Pulisic away. He's got Chilwell beyond him. Decides to go against it. He's going to go on the outside and get a crossing towards Kante. Chested to the goalkeeper by Granit Xhaka, and it's good defending again from Arsenal. It's a dangerous cross in. I mean, a 5'6" Kante doesn't really have much chance of causing any aerial threat for Arsenal. As again, they've got it straight back to Chelsea. Reece James leaves it for Jorginho. Now Kurt Zouma. Fizzed into Callum Hudson-Odoi. He's going to bring it forward. He has been a spark for Chelsea since coming on. Abraham, who's got to the right-hand side. It's a really poor cross, straight into the throat. But Leno, that's going to be a comfortable save for the keeper. It's been worked out to Hector Bellerin. It is very back and forth this game. Lacazette Drops for the ball and sets away. Bukayo Saka in behind. He's got Willock in support. Looks to find him. Willock holds it up back to Saka. Could be offside here. Flag stays down. It's Saka to try and get his second of the game. Deflects to Joe Willock, who looks to strike it. Always rising. And it's always a goal kick for Chelsea in that situation. Unlucky there from Joe Willock. Great ball from Lacazette around the corner to set free. Saka, who was onside. Zuma played him on. Then gave it back to Joe Willock, who joined him in support. Unfortunately, his back was to goal. Forced it back to Saka, who was onside actually. His shot deflected to Willock, and then his shot was always rising over the bar, unfortunately. Thiago Silva has the ball in his own box. Over to Edouard Mendy. Zuma. Mendy. Thiago Silva to Reece James. Chested down, again back to goal as well, so he's had to be forced to Zuma. Mendy. Jorginho there, beating the Arsenal press here very well. Kante, Reece James, back towards Mendy. They're beating the press well, but they've got to get every pass right. It's just been hoofed long instead by Mendy. Mario heads it on, always finds Mount, who gives it to his captain Jorginho. Now Thiago Silva, back to Mount, who's been dispossessed by El Neni, but it was a foul, I think. I think he did just clip his foot there. El Neni, that will be a free kick for Chelsea. In terms of as well, the Premier League record between these two sides is very close. They've played each other 56 times before tonight. Arsenal won 20. There's been 17 draws and 19 Chelsea wins. So it's very, very tight. If Chelsea had won, they'd be all level in terms of wins and draws. But looking like it's going to be Arsenal's night as Kante looks to change that. Gives it to Reece James on the right. Now to Hudson-Odoi. He's got the better angle for the cross. He's not going to do it. He's going to give it back to Reece James, who then puts a cross in. Deflects off Mari straight back to Hudson-Odoi. Back to James. It's just a bit lacklustre from the attack of Chelsea. Gives it to Kante, who's in a bit of pocket of space in the box. Gives it back to James. First time crossing. It's curled towards Chilwell, who nods it down. Looking towards Kante. Cleared away by Elneny as far as Jorginho. Poor touch from Pulisic, and he's been tackled by Lacazette. And Bellerin looks to bring it away. Tackled in the end. It's going to be an Arsenal throw-in towards the halfway line. And Thiago Silva and Chilwell work together to get that away from Bellerin. Going to be another change for Arsenal. Nicolas Pepe. I'm not sure who's going to be replacing. I'm presuming it's going to be either Martinelli because he's still returning from injury. Properly. They've got to be careful of the minutes to give him. But I feel like this game would really be, changed if there was maybe a Frank Lampard-like player in the Chelsea squad. They haven't really got a goal-scoring midfielder on the pitch currently. Frank Lampard scored 147 goals in his Premier League career. Could really do with someone like him. Arteta also played 150 games as well for Arsenal. His stint there as well. Did win 7 trophies as a player. He won 3 for Rangers and 4 for Arsenal at his time at the club. He already won 2 trophies as a manager for Arsenal, winning the Community Shield and the FA Cup. Saka has lost the ball from the throw-in and Mount gets it from Chilwell. Tackled by Bellerin, falls back to Saka. Willock can't get past N'Golo Kante. And he gets it to Hudson-Odoi, who runs forward with the ball. Has to go backwards to Reece James, who's pressured by Kieran Tierney. One-on-one with Tierney now. Looks to try and get past him. Tackled by the Scotsman. Out for a throw-in for Chelsea. And Reece James has it. Is the change going to be made now? I think it is, and it's going to be Martinelli to come off, and I thought he was. He's just still coming back from injury ever so slowly. And Pepe's the one to replace him. Scored the last goal for Arsenal in the league before this game with that penalty against Everton. He's back in the team today. Also scored against Sheffield United alongside Saka in that 2-1 win. Sent off against Leeds for that headbutt on Alioski. Looking to put himself in a bit of a better light now. Has a great Europa League record as well this season. 3 goals, 3 assists in the Europa League. That's the same as Joe Willock's record actually as well. He's also got 3 goals, 3 assists, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he also has 3 goals, 3 assists. Zuma finds Hudson-Odoi. They need a goal soon as possible. Hudson-Odoi, will he bring that for Chelsea? Goes for a long switch. Saka's going to look to cut it out, and he does flick it on behind him for a throw-in for Chelsea. Chilwell with the throw-in. He's going to give it to Jorginho. Lays it back off to Chilwell on the left-hand side. Not many options, and it is compact defending from Arsenal, and they win the ball back, giving straight back to Chelsea. The touch was poor by, I think it was Bellerin, and it's now Jorginho to Zuma. Dinks it back to Chilwell on the left, brings it down nicely, gives it to Mount. Try to take on El Neni if he can. He goes down the byline, gets a left-footed Dinks cross in. Headed away by Tierney, but a free kick's going to go against Abraham as he brought Mari to the ground, trying to gain an advantage on winning the header. And it looks like Giroud doesn't really look frustrated, but he looks a bit... I don't think he looks too bothered, to be honest. He's like, if you're not going to bring me on, then that's not my problem. Kai Havertz is going to be the man coming on. I'd do a double change. I'd bring on Havertz and Giroud, to be honest. They've told... They might have told Giroud to sit down. I'm not too sure, but I definitely would have brought the Frenchman on just for a change. As Abraham works it nicely to Kante. Now back over to the left-hand side to Christian Pulisic. Is he going to use Chilwell? He will. Chilwell. One touch and a cross. Again, it's poor. And the whole Chelsea team are just getting so frustrated with the lack of accuracy on these crosses. And Leno can easily collect for Arsenal. It's not been good enough all round, really, for Chelsea. Leno on the ground. Kicks it forward. Lacazette's going to look to challenge Thiago Silva. Headed on by Thiago Silva straight to Bukayo Saka. But the free kick's going to be given against Thiago Silva as Lacazette is holding his face. Presumably he got hit by Thiago Silva. So we'll be foul. And a free kick as well for Thiago Silva. Don't know if it deserved... I'll have to see actually if it deserved the yellow card before I speak. Oh yeah, just grabbing his head. That's definitely a free kick. Can't grab his head the way he did. Anything like that. As it is Kante to be brought off for Kai Havertz. Again, he's come up under a bit of stick, the same as Timo Werner. I watched the Bundesliga restart and I watched both of them quite intensely, Kai Havertz and Werner, and they'll both be absolutely fine in the Premier League. They've just got to have a time for adaptation. I think they'll be fantastic players in the future, but Kai Havertz needs to start making a difference. There's one goal in the Premier League and he's left that free kick there to go for a goal kick as he was defending the back post there. Does have a goal against Southampton in their 3-3 draw. Other than that, hasn't brought much to the team of Chelsea in the Premier League. Did get a hat-trick in the League Cup, I think it was against Grimsby Town. There's Edouard Mendy. Takes a touch and clears it forward towards Pulisic, who heads it down to Kai Havertz. Worked over to Reece James on the right-hand side. He's got Hudson-Odoi with him. And he's going to use him. They've got to try and double up on Tierney if they can. He's going to run at him instead, actually, Hudson-Odoi. If they're going to get across, it needs to be better. Gone inside to Havertz. Then back to James, who's put a deflected cross in. And it's out for a corner. Havertz left it. Rightly so. If they want to come back, they need to score now. I've been saying it for the last 15 minutes that they need to score as soon as possible. And I'm still saying it now. Because this will be a dramatic comeback if anything is to happen in this game. Mount to take. It's an outswinger and it's a great ball in and it's headed over the bar by Thiago Silva. He was looking for back-to-back Premier League goals and he's put it over the bar. Tierney's down, I think, holding his head. He was actually marking Zuma and he's actually been sandwiched by Zuma and Thiago Silva in the end, Tierney. And I think it's Zuma who just nudges his head. I don't think there's much doing there by Zuma on Tierney. As Thiago Silva headed it over the bar, and that was a chance that they probably should have took or needed to take anyway. Twelve attempts for both sides, 5 on target for Arsenal, 0 on target for Chelsea. If you want to come back from being any goal behind, 1 goal behind, 2 or 3, you need to be getting shots on target, and that is something Chelsea have struggled to do today against what seemed to be very, very easy to beat Arsenal team of being so resolute today with their youthful attack and less experienced defence in terms of Pablo Mari. They could be on their way to 3 points here alongside the 3 goals they've collected. Zuma now has the ball. Launch forward towards Pulisic. Header won by Bellerin. The poor touch from Saka gives it to Havertz. And Holding tackles Havertz, and Saka can get it out wide to Bellerin, and Arsenal once again have the ball with Lacazette. First time ball to Saka, helps it on to Joe Willock, and he is offside. He's offside. I think he knew that. But play has continued, and advantage has been played on, and Edouard Mendy plays it to the right hand side to Kai Havertz. To Hudson-Odoi. Now Reece James. It's over to Mount. Towards Abraham. Tried to let it through his body, but was blocked off by Pablo Mari. And Tierney can clear. Straight to Zuma, and I think the whistle's gone. As Pablo Mari stayed down after the contact with Abraham. It's kind of a coming together there. I think he's holding his face there. I'll have to see a replay. Medical staff's on and everything. Didn't get shown a replay now. Yeah, just tried to let it run across his body and... What? I'll have to see that again. I didn't see anything wrong there. I don't know if I'm missing anything. No, they're not going to show it again, I don't think. I didn't see anything wrong there. I might be wrong. Because that was only my first look, my only look. But yeah, if you are new, please subscribe as well. Make sure you subscribe to the main channel as well. The next commentary on that one, it will be on the 2nd of January, 12:30 kickoff. Rangers versus Celtic. With Rangers Football Manager videos coming thick and fast as of next Wednesday. Xhaka's goal though is something to admire. Also the Bukayo Saka goal, it actually looks very good. Was it an intended cross? Maybe, but it looks like a nice goal as it curled into the back post, and what he thought was probably going to be aiming for an Arsenal player has actually ended up aiming for the post and it's come off the post and in. But all around today from Arsenal, it's been a fantastic performance. I'm just very interested to see what Arsenal fans say about Arteta now, because the fact some of them wanted him gone is just embarrassing on another level, like really embarrassing. Arsenal, the most selfish fan base, I think, sometimes. Never happy with what they get. Arteta wins them a Community Shield and FA Cup. Limited budget in the transfer window, and they try to get rid of him after a bad Premier League start. It's like, it's not his fault. As Mari is hobbling off the pitch. As Mustafi is warming up, getting ready to enter the pitch if needs be. I'm sure Arsenal fans are delighted to see that, as we have got play underway again with Jorginho bringing it forward to Reece James. We're deep inside the Arsenal half. Hudson-Odoi looks to take on Tierney, and he does, and he gets across into Abraham over the bar again. Frustration for Chelsea. They're still not the shot on target, and they really just cannot source a chance of any kind of danger. The crosses are coming in left, right and centre, but nothing's coming from them at all. Here's Pablo Mari is back onto the pitch. Goal kick taken, fell straight to Saka, brought down fantastically. Tries to lay it off to Xhaka, and he keeps it under his spell despite the challenge of Kai Havertz. It's now Tierney on the left, around 50-60 yards away from goal. Tries to slot through Nicolas Pepe into the space. Wasn't quite on the same wavelength. James gets it to Zuma. Jorginho back to James. Now to Zuma again. And Chelsea look to build from the back as he gets a switch over to Chilwell. 10 minutes plus added on time to go. Still 3-0 to Arsenal. It's been a fantastic performance by Arteta's men. Edouard Mendy. Zuma to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz can be a threat. He can be a threat. Got to remember that. 36 goals, 25 assists in the Bundesliga in his time there at Leverkusen. As he's lost the ball, and it's El Neni to Bellerin. Enters the Chelsea half and gets it off Chilwell out for another throw in for Arsenal. Lampard looking on, just absolutely fuming with his team. Frank Lampard, it's his 78th game in management at Chelsea. He won't be picking up his 78th win. I think he'll be picking up his 23rd loss as the manager. As Mount brings their way, he's looking to change that. He's sent away Pulisic. He's got runners of Hudson-Odoi and Abraham ahead of him. He's going to keep going on his own. That's a fantastic tackle from Willock. And it's a great skill from Bellerin to get away from Mount. Lacazette, one touch pass to Willock through the legs of Kai Havertz. Tackled by Zuma in the end, and Chelsea have the ball back. But this is just showing exactly why Arsenal deserve to win this game. But it is Hudson-Odoi being sent away. Once again, Pulisic looking to take on Holding one-on-one. Goes round the back and gets a great cross in again. Straight through the back line. And out for a throw-in. No one was there. And it is just frustration for Chelsea. They just cannot get through and make an actual chance or even get a shot on target. Good skill that from Pulisic just to work his way away from Rob Holding. And then the ball went straight across goal. No one there to try and tap it home. Tierney. It's going to be booked here by Michael Oliver, I think, for time wasting. Don't think he'll mind too much, Kieran Tierney. That's his 3rd yellow this season. He has the 1 goal in the 28 Premier League appearances he's got to before today. And that was against Watford on the last day of last season as Abraham looks to break away into the box. It's a bit ping ball. And Arsenal is able to work it away as his touch was just too far away from him. This is now Mendy on the ball in his own box. Back to Zuma. Oh, it's not got to Zuma. Lacazette cuts it out, strikes it. Good save by the Senegalese. Lacazette should have done a lot better with that. Big mistake from Mendy. He's made a few in recent games. One against Everton, one against Leeds, now one again against Arsenal. Simple ball back towards Zuma, cut out easily. Lacazette should have done better. Probably should have tried to lob the keeper instead of go around the keeper. It is a good save by Mendy in the end, but the chance should never have been put on a plate like that for Lacazette. Can they make it 4? Saka with an in-swinger. It's been laid off to El Neni off the crossbar. Xhaka heads it on. Lacazette, can he do anything with it? No, he can't. Headed away by James to Rob Holding. Good save by Mendy. And Arsenal have been denied a 4th. The ball was crossed in. I'm not sure who headed it away or who did it come off. Headed away. It came off, I think, Zuma's shoulder. Fell to El Neni around 14 yards out. Ran onto it. Smashed the ball onto the crossbar. I wouldn't be surprised if it's still shaking the crossbar. And Chelsea were able to work it away. But my word, is El Neni close to scoring there for Arsenal. It would only be his 4th goal for the club. The Xhaka goes deep with the cross this time. It's headed away to Mason Mount, who needs to clear down the line. And he does do so with the ball has been kept in play. And Hudson-Odoi's away. It's a 2v2. Willock's trying to chase Hudson-Odoi. He stops him in his tracks for now. Hudson-Odoi left-footed pass to the edge of the box to Pulisic, takes it in his stride, keeps it going in the box. Can he score against Arsenal again? He lays it off to Hudson-Odoi, gets it across the box to Abraham. Flags up. Abraham is adamant he was onside, as it will be checked by VAR, but the first shot on target for Chelsea is a goal. It was well worked from the counter-attack from the corner. Abraham did end up putting it in the goal. Oh, it's a close one. I don't think he's behind the ball, and I think his knee could just be hanging out into the offside position. Oh, he's onside. He is onside. Goal, goal, goal. He's onside. Oh, here come the lines. Oh, here we go. He's onside. Good call from Abraham. Could we have life in this game? Oh, come on. What's going on? That's onside. He's onside. Give the goal. VAR. Listen to us. He's onside. Give us the goal, please. Don't. If that's disallowed, I might have to walk away for a second and just. There we go. Onside. Goal given. There's life in it for Chelsea. Could they do the comeback that no one thought could ever happen in this game because they've performed so poor today? It's a goal. It's 3-1. They've got 4 minutes plus on time to get another 2. Abraham scored 2 on Monday against West Ham. He's got 1 today against Arsenal. Will it be enough? I'm not too sure. Great counter-attack, Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic linking up to create the chance, and then Abraham was right place, right time to score. And we have a game on our hands. Abraham's 6th goal of the season in his 8th start in the league. And we do have a game on our hands. Reece James is being dispossessed by Pepe. He keeps it on the byline, deflects it off the fullback and gets a corner. Great play from the Ivorian. I think it's a little bit too little too late for Chelsea, but Abraham's been looking to get a chance all games, to be fair to him, so he deserves that on a personal level, maybe not as a team. No one told me it wasn't second half. I forgot. If they can counter again from this corner, I think they'll leave a few more men back now, Arsenal. Mary's there, holding Xhaka. They've gone short to Willock. Gives it now to Tierney. Down the line to Saka. Pulisic can't block the cross off. It's towards the back post where Holding heads it on. Kept in play by Edouard Mendy, and they look to counter. Rolls it to his left to Chilwell. Oh, I can't play it first time. Just to go back to Havertz. Now to Jorginho. Worked over to Zuma, and Chelsea look to bring this forward to try and get a second. This would be a fantastic end to the game if they could get a second. Pulisic spins away from El Neni, centre of the pitch, finds Mount, edge of the box, gives it to Hudson-Odoi, to the right to James, crosses it again off the chest of Kieran Tierney out for a corner. It definitely was off his chest because he had his hands behind his back. They've got a corner. If they can score from this, we will have an absolute blockbuster of an end to this game. Mount places it on the ground. It's going to be an outswinger again. Mount crosses. It's a dangerous ball towards Thiago Silva, headed backwards to Pepe, who nods it on only as far as Hudson-Odoi. Is going to be met by Xhaka, who's going to let it roll out for a throw-in. He needs to take it quick, and he does to Jorginho. Over to Reece James on the halfway line. It's now Mount. Inside to Christian Pulisic. Inside the Arsenal half. He's got Reece James overlapping. He's not going to use him. He'll use Pulisic. Can Reece James be used now? He will by the American. Looks to shape for a cross. Not got the angle for it. Pulisic does though. And whips in a fantastic ball. It's headed. Oh, it's wide by Thiago Silva. Oh, what could have been. We nearly had a copy of the two scorers for Chelsea in their last game. Abraham and Silva. He got ahead of Hector Bellerin, jumped beyond him and diverted it wide. It was quite far wide as well. Around 6 yards out. He should have done so much better. The serial title winning Brazilian centre-back. Depending on how much time is left, I don't think they can do this now, Chelsea, but I could be wrong. You never say never. Here's the goal again. Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi working well together to get the cross in the end, and it's a great striker's instinct to finish there. Just put anything to get the ball in, and it's just opens his chest up to chest into the goal. As Chelsea have won it back. I didn't see how they've won it back because they were showing replays of the goal, but they've got it back nonetheless. Chilwell inside the Arsenal half currently. It's Hudson-Odoi. He works himself. A lot of room ahead of Hector Bellerin and just goes behind into Zuma. He lays it forward to Jorginho, who will now bring it forward. Now Reece James. He needs to get a cross in if he can. He's going to lay it off to Jorginho. The pass is short, but he's able to get the cross in to Mason Mount, who brings it down. He's been brought down in the box by Mary. And it's a penalty kick. We have drama at the Emirates. Pablo Mari brings him down. I'm pretty sure there was contact. And in both halves, and both looks like that one's definitely a penalty. The first one was checked by VAR because the contact could have been after Tierney fell, but that one is definitely a penalty kick. It's Jorginho to take. This could be massive for the game. Jorginho's already scored a few goals this season. He scored 3. 2 penalties against Crystal Palace. He needs to score tonight for Chelsea. 5 minutes are added on. We've played 30 seconds of it. He needs to score this. Leno against Jorginho. Can we get the ending of the game, the neutrals one? I'm not sure if it's the one Arsenal wants. Jorginho takes. Saved by Leno! And kept into his grasp. He does the stupid little skip and jump penalty technique. And I'm pretty sure he was on his line as well. And I think for Arsenal, that is the 3 points wrapped up. Hop, skip and jump. Stupid way of taking a penalty in my opinion. Yeah, right foot firmly on the line. And Chelsea's hopes of getting back into this game have been completely taken away from them. Why Jorginho takes penalties, firstly, is beyond me. I know he's got a decent record in penalties. Jorginho actually scored 7 Premier League penalties out of the 9 he scored in the Premier League. Out of the 9 goals he scored, 7 have been penalties. But why wouldn't you put Abraham on it? Ball's been put in towards Pulisic at the back post. Too much on it. Goal kick given. But Abraham's just scored. He's a striker. Why isn't Abraham on penalties? I just don't get it. Even if Jorginho is a penalty taker or, you've got to give it Abraham in that situation for me. Especially when Jorginho is so inconsistent with his penalties. Because that technique, sometimes it works fantastically and sometimes you just look stupid when you do it like he did there. Mustafi comes on for Lacazette as they look to really shut up shop. And I'm just annoyed because, we could have had a great ending to the game, obviously, as a neutral. I am, because I don't support Arsenal or Chelsea. And in that situation, for me, you've got to put a striker on it whose job it is to score goals. And they've given it to Jorginho. It's a poor penalty. And that's the end of the game, really, for Chelsea to get back in it. There's 2.5 minutes to go, and I don't think they'll have enough time to get 2 goals, especially. If it's 3-2, it's a different game. Completely different game. Zuma heads it forward. Jack is there to head it back towards Zuma, who just nods it down to Reece James. Hooks it forward towards Abraham. Flicks it on towards Mount. Holding's there to stop Mount from proceeding any further forward, and the clearance is being headed back forward by Zuma. El Neni brings it down in the Arsenal half. Looks to try and get it to Saka. Tackled, and the foul's being given, I think, against El Neni or Saka, as they were both trying to work their ways around the press of Chelsea. Saka's been given man of the match, and rightly so. He's been absolutely phenomenal in tonight's game. Saka got the goal, won the free kick for Xhaka's goal. He's been absolutely fantastic. Xhaka to 10. It's just been completely frustration for Chelsea. Missed penalty, 1 shot on target, and it's been the goal. Well, the penalty was on target, but it was saved. As Willock's been bundled off the ball by Kurt Zouma. He wins the goal kick for his team and quickly given to Thiago Silva. Now Jorginho, the penalty kick miss taker, enters the Arsenal half. He's got options to the left and right. Looks to try and get it to Chilwell on the left. Good ball. Nice accurate pass. Behind him to Mason Mount, who I think's been a good player today for Chelsea, despite the whole team being badly performed. Chilwell back to Hudson-Odoi. He's got room. He's around 30 yards from goal as Jorginho gets it over to Reece James. Chested down. Now to Pulisic. On the left foot. Cuts past Xhaka. Sits him down. Gets the shot away. Tame effort. Easy save for Leno. And that has got to be it now. 50 seconds to go. What a win for Arteta. He was 1 game off the longest winless run. The longest winless run was back in 1992, where it was 8 games. This winless run's been 7. And thankfully for Mikel Arteta, that winless run is going to end. It's been painful for Arsenal fans, but they are getting their Premier League victory. Their last one was against Manchester United. So that'd be great for Arsenal fans to experience another win after so long without one. Hudson-Odoi brings it forward for Chilwell. Can they get a consolation goal? Enters the box. Shot is deflected and out for a corner. Didn't use Chilwell in the end. Went for the shot. Hudson-Odoi, Mount and Abraham have been 3 good plays for Chelsea today. Just as a team, they haven't been good enough. But them as individuals have brought something to the game. As Hudson-Odoi gets a dangerous cross in, pushed away by Bernd Leno. Out for another corner. But will there be time? There will be. We have played the 5 minutes of 15 seconds extra. Pulisic to take. There's another ball on the pitch. Crossed into the back post where Zuma heads it on. Holding helps it out. Edge of the box to Mount, who puts him into the box. Tackled by Pepe. Fouled Pepe. Edge of the box is a free kick for Arsenal. And that is all she wrote as Arteta wins for Arsenal. Their 7-game winless run has come to an end. And what a game to win it against your rivals Chelsea, who were supposed to be title contenders, and they've took another hit as they now drop points in 8 of their games now. Chelsea 4 draws and 4 losses alongside their 7 wins. But for Arsenal, it's a massive 3 points. Their first win since winning away 1-0 to Manchester United. Yes, all 3 goals you could say weren't, team goals. You got one from a fantastic free kick, you got one from a penalty, and one from a meant cross that turned into a shot. But Arsenal fans won't care. They've been fantastic tonight, offensively and defensively. A little bit of a scare at the end when Abraham put it home from literally 4 yards out from the chest and made it 3-1. They had a chance to make it 3-2 with around 4 minutes to go, but Jorginho missed his penalty on Bernd Leno. And that does mean that Arsenal have a win. Smiles all round at the Emirates for the boys in red and white. And they'll be looking forward to their next few games, whether their next 4 games are favourable games for Arsenal. And if they can beat Chelsea, they should be able to beat a lot of the other teams they've got coming up against. The likes of Newcastle, I think they're playing, one of them. Who are the next games? I've forgot. I think Brighton's one of them as well. West Brom's one of them. Yeah, Brighton, West Brom, Newcastle, that's in the FA Cup. Palace, Newcastle anyway in the league. They've got to be in the cup and in the league. Southampton away. So, the next few fixtures are quite favourable. Can they make them count? They've got to win. It's a massive win for Arteta. Needed so badly. Unfortunately for Frank Lampard, it is back-to-back losses against Arsenal. They were defeated in the FA Cup final as well, as they do sit in 6th and could fall as far as 8th with other teams having games in hand. They could really fall down the table. Chelsea 2 around, I think it's 8th or 9th. Arsenal do push up to 14th in the league. They could get overtaken though by Burnley and Leeds. Burnley have 2 games in hand on them, but they would have to win both, and Leeds would just have to secure a point against the team they're playing. I think it's Burnley actually, to go ahead of Arsenal. So still pretty doom and gloom for Arsenal in terms of where they are in the table, but in terms of form, that win is massive for Arteta and Arsenal. It was much needed. Out of all the games you thought they were going to get it, you probably thought it wouldn't be this one, because Chelsea, were coming in from a win. They're coming in from a win, 3 points against West Ham, one of their rivals. Abraham with 2 goals, Thiago Silva scored, clean sheet. You're thinking, and then coming up against Arsenal, you thought they've got to give them a good run for their money here, but no. Arsenal were back on it tonight, and they have won the game fantastically well. Fully deserved for Arsenal and Arteta. I don't know how many crosses Chelsea put in that game. It could have been about over 20 or 30 crosses, and only one of them resulted in a goal, and there was only one open play shot on target for Chelsea after about 20 attempts. So overall, it wasn't good enough for Chelsea. They had a chance to get back into it with the penalty at the end, and that was choked by Jorginho. And yeah, that is how the game went. Oh, that is going to be the end for this live stream. In around 35 minutes time or so, I'm going to be going live again on this channel for episode 3 of the Minecraft Survival. A lot has happened off camera. Make sure you're there. I'm going to be there in a call with Harvey and Callum if he's on. My team are going to be, moving on with our world and our house and all that, and just seeing where it takes us. We're going to have a nice chill Saturday night stream, so make sure you're there for that. That is literally in about 35 minutes time. So yeah. Other than that, thank you to everyone who's found the second channel and watched the stream. Then the commentaries will be back on the main channel as of next week for Celtic versus Rangers at the Ibrox. That is at 12:30. That's the next commentary. So make sure you're there for that. As of next Wednesday, content is back on the main channel as well after my ban of hitting the community guidelines because YouTube don't know how to use their own system, unfortunately. But other than that, I hope you like and subscribe. Make sure you're there for the next stream. Arsenal win after 7 games without one in the Premier League. Will they use this for momentum to have a nice festive period over New Year as well? We'll have to wait and see. Frank Lampard will be ruining their many crosses and many chances that they weren't able to take. It does end Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1.